Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If I was stranded on a desert island with a newborn baby, these are the 5 things I would bring. So these are 5 things that I felt were pretty important to us at the beginning of our daughter's life. And as I went back and thought about all the things that we bought, I really think if I did it again, I would take a super minimalist approach and not buy as much stuff as we did, and maybe spend a little more on a few things that, you know, felt important and were expensive, rather than a lot on a lot of things. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. Number 1, and this is in no particular order, but I felt like the Wubbanub pacifiers were awesome. I know a lot of people say their kids just never took the pacifier, or a lot of people don't actually believe in giving their kids pacifiers because the moment you do, you're technically not exclusively breastfeeding anymore because your kids are exposed to a different kind of sucking. But for us, I don't know why, but it was just really easy from sort of the day we brought her home from the hospital. So day 2, she had a passy, but after day 2, we didn't give it to her again until like 2 weeks. And then at that point, it was really helpful. She would use it, you know, instead of sort of dream feeding on my nipple, I would be able to sort of like put this in and then put her in her bed, and she'd continue to want to suck for ages. And if I didn't have the passy, that would have meant that we were still attached. So it was really helpful for us. And what I did was I actually bought a couple Soothies without the Wubbanub just to see, you know, how that would work. And without the Wubbanub, they would just fall out all the time, constantly falling on the floor. So there's something really nice about having this weight attached, and they're easy to clean. You just throw them in the washing machine and then set them out to dry. You're not supposed to put them in the dryer, but it's super simple. They dry really fast. And then I would just dip this into boiling water for a couple minutes. And yeah, my daughter loves them. But she doesn't love them too much. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna be a problem to just slowly phase this out of her life. She doesn't have any teeth yet, but I think when she starts getting teeth, they will slowly start to be used less, or be introduced less. Okay, number 2. This is something I've talked about before. It's really great because it's such a versatile item, and it is organic, unrefined coconut oil. This is a really helpful item to have. We would use coconut oil in the place of diaper rash cream. In fact, when I didn't know any better, I bought these like huge tubs of Desitin, and I still have them sitting in a drawer somewhere. And I learned from the Facebook group Fluff, Love, and CD Science that coconut oil acts as a great diaper rash cream because it's a barrier just like any other diaper rash cream is. And the difference is it's just more gentle. It doesn't include too many ingredients. In fact, it's just 1 ingredient. And if you're cloth diapering, it's safe for your cloth diapers. Smells great, just so many benefits. But it's not just great for a diaper rash cream. It's also helpful for putting in a cloth wipe solution. It's great for if you want to give your baby a massage. It's great for sore or dry nipples. It's a great moisturizer. So there are a lot of uses to coconut oil. Make sure you get the unrefined kind. So the kind that looks like a solid. It will melt as soon as you basically get it in your hands. But it's important because the unrefined kind has all the properties that make it as magical as it is. Okay, number 3. This we only learned about maybe in like week 2 of our daughter's life. And it is the Swaddle Up Sleep Suit by Love to Dream. And we were back at the hospital for, I don't know, like my daughter's 2nd visit or something, and we saw this in the hospital shop, and my mom's like, oh, why don't we give it a try? because, you know, in the first like week or 2 weeks of baby's life, sleeping is kind of tough, and you'll try whatever you can to make it go smoother, especially like with their hands waking them up and stuff like that. And what we really love about this sleep suit is that it allows your baby to put their hands up and to sleep like that, which is the position that they're naturally sleeping in anyways. So it's not, you know, sort of forcing them in a hands down swaddle. And so what we would do, we were in Thailand for the beginning of our daughter's life, and then we came to India, and in both of those places it was pretty hot, but it was hot, but we would sleep in a room with air conditioning, so then it was cool. So what we would do is we would put our daughter in, gosh, what is the like actual name for this? We call it a onesie, but I'm pretty sure this is not called a onesie. If you know what this is actually called, leave it in the comments. This sort of short-sleeved item with buttons. She basically lived in these for the first couple months of her life. Like we would just always have her in these. They're so easy. You could just unbutton them to do a really quick diaper change. So we'd have this on her, and then we'd put the sleep suit on top of that, and I felt that was the best sort of temperature regulation, that she wasn't in something super warm with this on top. So she felt like she was maintaining a good temperature with this combo. And yeah, as soon as we put her in this, it felt like it really helped her to not wake herself up as much. So that is an amazing thing. What am I at? Number 1, 2, 3. Number 4. See, now this is one of those items where you'd spend a bit more, but maybe be thankful in the end that you did spend a bit more. And for us, that was the DockATot. We didn't have the DockATot until our daughter was like 3 months old, but I wish that we had it from the start. It is an awesome sleep solution where sort of it's got these 2 pillows basically on either side of your child. It sort of like mimics the womb in a way, because it makes your child feel like they're in a smaller space rather than the expanse of a crib. It's also been through lots of safety testing. Like, you can read all about that on their website, but like we would literally practice like stuffing our face into the side of the DockATot and then compare that to stuffing our face in a pillow, and it is amazing how breathable the sides of the DockATot are. I mean, I have to be honest, we started putting our daughter in the DockATot at a time when she was definitely going through her 4-month sleep regression, so that kind of coincided. It was like, oh, here, welcome to your DockATot. Oh, and you're not sleeping well anymore. So there was a little bit of a sense of like, what? Like, is the DockATot just like not working? And we spent like $200 on it. But I really believe that was just her sleep regression that she was going to go through, because once she was done with that, it just felt like there was no better scenario for sleep than the DockATot. Like, putting her just in a plain crib, that was not, you could tell that was not comfortable for her. Putting her in between us in the bed was not comfortable for anybody anymore, including her. So we needed something that like made her feel cozy and that she was in a small space. And we wanted it to be safe. So that is 100% why we went with the DockATot. As soon as her 4-month sleep regression was over, she was sleeping beautifully again in the DockATot. And now she is 8 months old, and they say that the DockATot Deluxe goes up until 8 months. We're kind of like pushing it because we're only going to be in the States when she's 9 months old, when we can get the next size up of the DockATot. But I mean, she still like fits in it fine. She almost loves it more because she sort of rolls to the side and like cuddles with the side of it, and so it's still working great all the way up to 8+ months. And the last newborn essential that we just loved in the beginning of baby's life was the MobiWrap. This was a definite way to get our daughter to fall asleep. If we were going out anywhere, going for walks, whatever, she would pass out right away in the Mobi. She just loved it. She loved being close to us. It was really, you know, easy for us to use, just like a long piece of cloth. You could throw in anything. So yes, we just loved the MobiWrap. When our daughter turned about 4 months, we sort of transitioned from the MobiWrap to the Lilla Baby carrier, but My recommendation is if you are just about to have a baby and you are only gonna choose one of those two, I would choose the Mobi. It is a great option for when babies are little. Okay, so like a bonus thing, just because I just thought of it, is we also like really loved our diaper backpack. We were like debating between getting just an on-the-shoulder, well, I was debating between getting an on-the-shoulder diaper bag or a backpack. And what's cool about the backpack is my husband uses it super comfortably. And honestly, I've always preferred backpacks to like shoulder bags anyways. Like I'm a teacher, and so when I would go to school, I would always carry a backpack. It's just so much easier to have something on both of your shoulders. And this one, I think it's Graco. Yes. This is a Graco like special diaper backpack, and what makes it special is it has this little pocket on the side here with this sort of like insulation where you can put bottles if you bottle feed. It has this cool pocket where you can put the wipes right in. It has like a changing pad like right in it. What else is, and it's just got like so many pockets and so much awesomeness. One thing I will say though, Graco, is that on my last trip where I was traveling alone with my daughter, one of the zippers broke. So that sucked. It just makes it a little harder to have like easy access to the big pocket. There's still, I mean, I'm being silly because there still is one functioning zipper on this big pocket, but it used to have two where you could just meet them up in the middle, and that was easier, but it's fine. Diaper backpack over a diaper purse any day, all day. Okay, thanks for watching my super short 5 newborn essentials video. If you liked this video and you want more, or you want anything specific, just leave it down in the comments and I'll make it. I could do a things not to buy video. I could do a breastfeeding video and just like any tips and advice on how we've had such a successful breastfeeding journey. I could do other stuff too, but I can't think of anything right now. If you can, leave it down in the comments. And please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. See you in the next one.